Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell, Jay's driving. We're currently en route to the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, and I'm super excited because it's top of my bucket list.
And we have planned a couple of things to do over there, which we're super excited about. And obviously with COVID, things are a little bit different right now, but one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to is the whiskey tasting and the moonshine tasting. I'm really looking forward to it, and just want to try some of the whiskey down south. This is where it's at. So as you can see, the kids are sleeping in the back, so this is the perfect time for us to do our introductory video. We're also staying at a cabin up in the mountain, all the way up the top. We have a nice view with the hot tub, and just really excited for this.
Yeah, it was funny when we were actually checking in. A lot of people were saying don't throw your food off the side because the bears will come and eat them, and we actually noticed that all the garbage cans here have locks on them, which is super weird because we're not used to that where we're from.
Yeah, so for this, we've only done a 24-hour trip here due to the fact that we just want to keep moving, get to as many places as we can. And again, traveling with two little ones is not the easiest, so but we're making it happen. We're trying to squeeze in the best time that we can for ourselves when they're sleeping, and when they're up, we're doing kids-friendly activities, which is keeping them busy and keeping us busy as well.
So in this video, you'll see where we got to stay. It was super cool. It was an Airbnb that we got to book last minute. You'll also see a few different stops we made to get some whiskey for Jay.
And some food.
Some really good food. The food down here in the south is so much better than up in the north. So you get to see that. And then you'll also see we went and we saw an aerial view of all of the Smoky Mountain area, and it was beautiful. And we'll take you along for all that journey, and you'll just see where we got to stop and where we went.
And there's a snowstorm coming our way as well, so it will be prettier.
Which is why we decided to go on to our next adventure. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video.
See you guys on the next one.
So here's an overview of the Airbnb that we stayed at. The guy that we rented this from was just super nice and very helpful. We actually rented this just a few hours before we showed up. It was absolutely breathtaking. The view, the area, it was very quiet. It was actually one of the last few cabins on the street, so it was very secluded. I absolutely loved this house. I'm definitely going to link it below in the description if any of you guys would like to stay here as well. So when you open the door, you see this beautiful fireplace that lit up the entire place, and it kept it nice and toasty. Here was the bedroom. The bed was nice and large, which I loved. And then you also had a kitchen and a little table, which was really nice as well because we've been traveling so much, so it was really nice to get to sit down as a family and eat. And then in here there was a little arcade game, which is kind of where Juliana spent most of her time because she was so amused with the arcade games. And this part was my absolute favorite. We had this beautiful hot tub that overlooked the mountains, so you were able to go in it at any time and you could just watch the sunset, the sunrise. It was nice and quiet, very secluded and peaceful. I absolutely loved it, and it was a dream come true. It was everything I could have wished for and more. So definitely, if you guys are interested in going to the Great Smoky Mountains, I would definitely check out this Airbnb. So one of our absolute favorite things to do was this right here. We spent so much time in the hot tub just taking it all in. On the very first night that we were there was actually Juliana's birthday, so we went out to this restaurant that we found that overlooked all the mountains. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but it's called the Green Bear. I hope that I'm saying that right, but this restaurant was absolutely beautiful. The people were super nice. They had a fire outside, as you can see in this video, that Juliana loved. And Jay even ordered one of their whiskey drinks, which was super cool because they lit a piece of wood, which made the glass have a smoky flavor. And then they put in these infused ice balls into the drink that would slowly melt and change the flavor of the drink. I had never seen it before, and it was super cool and very delicious. So I definitely recommend if you're in the area to come to this restaurant, but I also very highly recommend that you make a reservation because they are super busy. But it was such a nice way to start our little trip in the Great Smoky Mountains. Juliana even made herself right at home. She found a nice couch and laid up on there with her milk. And then, like I had said earlier, one of our favorite things to do was just spend time in the hot tub and take in the whole view. So then later on the next day, once we woke up, we went into town. This street, I'm not sure the name of it, but I'll definitely link it in the description. It was perfect for children. There was stuff to do everywhere. They had a lot of Ripley's Believe It or Not places, including museums, aquariums. It was just absolutely perfect. So one of the things that this area is really well known for is their pancakes. So we actually found this place called the Pancake Cabin, and we had some of their very famous pancakes. And let me just tell you, the food was so good. And again, I can't stress this enough. This area, everyone is just super nice and very friendly and super understanding if you have children, because you know that they can get impatient. So the next part of our excursions was to stop at a whiskey tour or whiskey distillery because Jay loves his whiskey. So I found this place when I did a lot of research. It's called the Old Smoky Moonshine. It's super popular in this town, and it's really cool because they actually offer these $5 moonshine tastings. So you're able to try a bunch of their moonshine, and then they give you a coupon for $5 off in the store. So it's basically free. So we just went around the store and we figured out which ones we liked before we purchased them, and there were so many to choose from. So I definitely think that this is a great place to stop if you guys are in the area. So on our way to our next excursion, Juliana actually found a pigeon, but I thought it was super cute to include this in the video because she just followed this bird around. So our next excursion was the Space Needle, which was basically an observatory up in the air in the Great Smoky Mountains. So you were able to see all different areas and see some of the famous roads. So before we went up, I actually had to breastfeed Dominic. So you can see in this clip that Juliana and Daddy are just kind of going around an arcade that was where the Space Needle was located. And they're just checking out all the different games. So here's another great thing to do with your kids if you're not sure what to do and the weather's cold. I definitely recommend an arcade. So you just take an elevator up to the top of this excursion. It's a really pretty ride. It's just a nice short elevator ride, and you're able to stay up for as long as you want. Everything that's in this video is super cost efficient as well, so you're not going to spend a ton of money while you're on this trip. And the view when you come out of the elevator is absolutely breathtaking. So every different angle, they have a north, south, west, and east point, and they actually tell you what you're looking at and different things that occurred and just some nice history. So it was definitely a lot of fun doing this. And this marks the end of our 24 hours in the Great Smoky Mountains. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope that these suggestions help you guys out when you're in the mountains as well. And if you guys have any tips or suggestions of your own, definitely leave them in the comments because we definitely want to come back and visit the Smoky Mountains sometime soon.
Yeah.
Can you say car? Can you say fingers?
Oh yeah, those are your fingers. Good job.